Good morning, Never Defeated crew. The champ is here coming at you from the sewing room. This is week 2 of my Q&As, and I got a whole list for you here today. No particular topic this time, but I'm going to jump right in. So, first question is, should I eat more protein and less starch for more gains? I do not think so. Your body is an efficient tool. It's going to convert macronutrients to whatever needs it currently has. So if you have a super high level of protein, say 300 grams in a day, and you're keeping your carbs super low because you're on to the latest fad diet or whatever that says carbs are the devil, then your body is going to convert that protein all that it doesn't need into carbohydrate, into glucose rather. Anyway, so it's going to operate just like carbohydrate. So I don't think putting one macronutrient ahead of another one by a significant margin is going to do anything for you. So with that, I actually like to have a pretty good balance of each. If I logged into MyFitnessPal right now, I believe that my macronutrient breakdown is about 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. And I think that's a good starting place for most people. You can tweak it. We're all going to want little variants depending on what our goals are and depending on what we're going for as far as nutrition, what we want to eat, what we will eat, whether we're going for physique, whether we're bulking, whether we're cutting. Currently, I'm trying to add a few pounds on because I'm switching from a powerlifting meet to a strongman meet. So instead of 2-hour weigh-ins, I have 24-hour weigh-ins, so I can add a little bit of mass, and that's always good and fun. So my next question is, does meal timing matter? First, it does. There's definitely some benefits you can get from timing things perfectly, but I think they are a very small margin. We're talking 1 to 2%. And so with anything that's such a small margin, I think you need to come to that 98% first. So make sure we're eating the right foods, make sure we're getting that balanced diet before we even play around with things like that. One element of nutrient timing to me is just where you're getting certain macros. So in my breakfast, I like to get a high fat, I have my bacon, I have my eggs, cheese, and whatnot, because that's going to break down slower. It's going to be a few hours before I can get anything in because I need to get to work and get started on everything before I can have lunch. So that fat slows the breakdown of your food and gives you a slower but constant energy source. So that's the only real element of nutrient timing I currently do. And so that's as much as I got for you on that. My next question is, what's more important, fruits or vegetables? Neither. They're not. Again, that kind of goes back to the macro thing. I don't like rating things as good or better or best. It's all food. Fruits and vegetables, you need both. The daily recommended numbers, if I'm correct, are 5 servings of vegetables and 3 servings of fruit. So yes, that means you need a little bit more vegetables, but that doesn't mean they're more important. You need both. My next question will be, how much water do you need a day? And this was followed up by, would I suggest a standard 8 times 8 ounce cups a day, or a more specific breakdown of half your body weight when it's measured in pounds, take that and drink that in ounces. So what that's saying is if you're a 200-pound person, you're going to have 100 ounces of water. If you're a 120-pound person, you're going to have 60 ounces of water. And I personally really like breakdowns like that, like I gave in my protein video, where it's based on your size. I don't believe a 350-pound strongman has the same needs as a 150-pound dancer. It's all different, so it's relative to not only your size, but I also factor in your exercise level. So even if we take somebody who's the same size, so let's say that 200-pound person, if we have a 200-pound person who's sitting at their desk all day versus a 200-pound person who runs ultra marathons, so they sweat a lot, that ultra marathoner is going to need even more water. So you want to factor in what you are going to burn off as well, so what you're sweating out. Personally, I do the 100 ounces a day, even though I'm about 180 pounds. I shoot for 100 ounces just because it's a nice round number for me. I don't always reach it, but that's my goal. My next question is how to get motivated when you become comfortable. And I think the question actually hit the nail right on the head. Don't become comfortable. Don't. You always want to make things harder. You want a constant progression. If you're just doing the same exact routine day in and day out, yes, that's going to get boring. That's going to get stale. You're going to be comfortable, and it's going to seem pointless at a certain point. It actually almost becomes pointless because your body adapts to things so well that if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, it loses its benefit because your body becomes so efficient at it. So always make it harder, change it up a little, and that can not only make your body react to it better, you're going to get more benefit from it, but it'll also make it more interesting. You know, you're not just doing push-ups every day. You know, switch it up, do bench press, do, I don't know, handstand push-ups, whatever. Switch it around. And I do that with my training all the time. I follow sort of a cube protocol where I go heavy one day, repetition the next day, speed another day, and I have my event day for strongman. And that rotates what exercises are heavy and whatnot. And then within that, I even rotate what my exercises month to month. The 1 month I may focus on a safety squat bar squat as my assistance exercise. That's actually what I'm doing right now. But next month, I'm going to move to either a front squat or whatever, some other squat as my main focus, my assistance exercise. So I'm only doing that movement for a month at a time. And so it's always interesting, and you're always providing new stimulus for your body. My next question is, what songs pump you up? Is a workout playlist important? Songs that pump me up are just, you know, Slayer, anything. You know, I like metal, I like gangster rap, but I'll throw on some country too while I'm working out. Sometimes it's just whatever, and I like to mix it up. You know, I've worked out with no music. I had a meet on Saturday. There wasn't any music playing, and I still lifted some heavy weight. It doesn't matter. I think that we focus too much on all these external forces to get us amped up and motivated, but you need to do that yourself. I can work out if I'm going to 24-hour fitness and they have Katy Perry playing. It doesn't matter. I'm still deadlifting over 500 pounds. Katy Perry is not the reason why, or Slayer isn't the reason why. It's myself, it's my dedication to my sport, my dedication to becoming better every single day. Now, so with that, I don't think a workout playlist is important, but it can be fun. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't like listening to my favorite songs, but don't let it be the limiting factor to your success. I can work out to Disney fairy songs, whatever. It won't matter. I'm still going to lift the same amount of weight because that's not why I'm lifting heavy. My final question is, measuring tape, a scale, or picks more reliable in detecting change? Well, obviously they're all going to detect change, but it matters what change are you trying to detect. So for me, I compete in a weight class sport, so a scale is going to be the best accurate measure for that, because I need to make sure that I'm within my class, or I'm close enough to my class that my cut is going to go right. And then measuring tape, you know, if you're in the military and you need to pass tape, then yes, use tape. Use it over and over again. Make sure that you are on the standard. And then are picks more reliable? Again, if you're a physique competitor, or if your main goal has to do with your aesthetics, then picks are the most reliable. Out of those three, if I were to just say for the general population, I'd go with pictures, because a scale can be inaccurate if you're not in a weight class sport, because it's just going to tell you how much you weigh. It's not telling you how much muscle you have or how much fat you have. You could be so much leaner, but the scale is going to tell you things that you don't want to hear, that are telling you you're heavier, but that doesn't matter if you're not competing in a weight class sport. What matters is fitting to your goals. So if your goals are just to be more aesthetic, then check your aesthetics. And But for me, my biggest measure is just what I'm lifting or how fast I'm running, because I'm always focused on performance. At least right now, maybe down the road I'll do some bodybuilding or something like that where I'll be more worried about those pictures. But right now it's I don't care. I don't care what I'm looking like. As long as I'm within my weight class, I don't care about the scale. I definitely don't care about tape. I care about how much am I squatting, how much am I deadlifting, how much am I pressing, how fast am I running, what's my mile time if I'm training for a race. That's how I measure my progress, my success. So it's complete individual to what you are doing. And that's what I got for you guys this week. Thanks for tuning in. Stay never defeated.